If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell icon to get the latest updates.
Question: the original semantic layer in the SAP terminology meant in SAP Business Objects universe. Option 1 true. Option 2 false. Question: which of the following are data sources, either directly or via a universe, for SAP Business Objects client tools? Option 1 files. Option 2 universes. Option 3 SAP HANA views. Option 4 Word documents. Question: the ideas of a semantic layer of cross-company friendly terms to feed reporting tools can be fulfilled by which of the following? Option 1 Unweavers. Option 2 BW Query. Option 3 SAP HANA View. Option 4 Excel Document. Option 5 Department Controlled Access Database. Question: depending on the tool you are using, prompts can be called pop-ups, variables, or input parameters. Option 1 true. Option 2 false. Question: the best way to handle hierarchies in SAP BW to use BW Query as the data source. Option 1 true. Option 2 false. Question: which of the following statements about SAP Business Objects Analysis, edition for Microsoft Office, are true? Option 1 it is a set of add-ins for Microsoft Office. Option 2 it is a web-based advanced analysis client for business analysts to use to run advanced multidimensional analysis of online analytical processing sources. Option 3 it is a premium alternative to the Microsoft Excel Analyzer tool to the SAP Business Explorer suite. Option 4 it is a premium alternative to the Analyzer tool to the SAP Business Explorer suite. Question: when you have a data source with numerous rows you can use the fit table feature to break the result into multiple slides. Option 1 true. Option 2 false. Question: if a table is split across multiple slides and one or more of the slides is manually deleted, the lost slides cannot be recovered. Option 1 true. Option 2 false. Question: which of the following modes allows you to perform a wide range of analysis tasks? Option 1 reading. Option 2 data. Option 3 design. Question: SAP Crystal Reports for Enterprise supports which of the following data source? Option 1 Unweavers. Option 2 dashboards. Option 3 SAP BW queries. Option 4 analysis views. Question: what operations you do on the resource with the information design tool editors? Option 1 save a resource as a report. Option 2 visualization the resource design architecture. Option 3 publish a report. Option 4 publish a connection to a repository. Question: you can populate a local project with resource by retrieving a published universe. Option 1 true. Option 2 false. Question: a secured connection can be copied to the local file system. Option 1 true. Option 2 false. Question: what does the Data Foundation browsing pane of the Data Foundation editor show? Option 1 business layer architecture. Option 2 list of users. Option 3 tree view of the tables and joins. Option 4 schema architecture. Question: what is the result of query that was run on two tables that are not joined? Option 1 Caesarean. Option 2 cardinality. Option 3 Cartesian. Option 4 unjoined. Question: multiple filter names may be applied to each column. Option 1 true. Option 2 false. Question: what does a theta join do? Option 1 demonstrate ranges. Option 2 demonstrate parallels. Option 3 demonstrate report filters. Option 4 demonstrate table inconsistencies. Question: how are business layer published to the central management server? Option 1 as a .text file. Option 2 as a .xls file. Option 3 as a .unix file. Option 4 as a .pdf file. Question: what is an LOV? Option 1 layers of values. Option 2 links on values. Option 3 levels on values. Option 4 list of values. Question: when creating a time similar to a previous one, it can be more efficient to edit a copy of the previous object, rather than creating a new one. Option 1 true. Option 2 false. Question: how do you add attributes to objects? Option 1 right-click the object, then click New on the pop-up menu, and select Attribute. Option 2 double-click the object, then click New on the pop-up menu, and select Attribute. Option 3 right-click the object, then click Properties on the pop-up menu. Navigate to the Attributes tab on the Properties screen. Option 4 right-click the object, then select the Attributes pop-up menu option and the New sub-option. Question: what do you use to detect errors in the SQL syntaxes used in the created objects? Option 1 check cardinalities. Option 2 object check. Option 3 information design tool. Option 4 check integrity. Question: delegated smart measure make non-additives mean assure available within the universe. Option 1 true. Option 2 false. Question: what are dimensions used in the query called? Option 1 a grouping set. Option 2 a dimensional set. Option 3 a query dimension. Option 4 a query set. Question: which view to use when working on shared resources? Option 1 remote synchronization view. Option 2 project synchronization view. Option 3 distinct synchronization view. Option 4 designer synchronization view. Question: you synchronize a project when you want to perform certain tasks. Identify some of those tasks from the list. Option 1 create a local copy of a shared project. Option 2 create numerous copies for the repository server. Option 3, update local resources with changes stored in the shared project. Option 4, delete resources stored in the remote projects view. Question: updating a shared project occurs when the one project designer makes changes to the project. Option 1 true. Option 2 false. Question: you can save any resource in a local project as a report in a local file to create document ION for that resource. Option 1 true. Option 2 false. Question: loops can exist in both foundation schema and in the database. Option 1 true. Option 2 false. Question: you use the cardinality detection tools resolve recursive loops. Option 1 true. Option 2 false. Question: which restriction is optional and applicable by end users? Option 1 condition objects. Option 2 object. Option 3 table. Option 4 conditional select. Question: which filter lets you restrict the values returned whenever the table is used in a query? Option 1 table filter. Option 2 column filter. Option 3 row filter. Option 4 function filter. Question: a LOV can only be edited in the business layer. Option 1 true. Option 2 false. Question: a parameter can have two input types. What are the two input types? Option 1 defined input and object input. Option 2 folder input and object input. Option 3 user input and predefined input. Option 4 user input and folder input. Question: a navigation path object can be one of the two types. Identify those two types from the list. Option 1 default. Option 2 regular. Option 3 custom. Option 4 irregular. Question: which of the following traps are problems inherent in SQL? Option 1 mousetraps. Option 2 fan traps. Option 3 wind traps. Option 4 dirt traps. Option 5 chasm traps. Question: loops and chasm traps are detected automatically by the information design tool. Option 1 true. Option 2 false. Question: what can be used to avoid chasm traps? Option 1 aggregates. Option 2 builds. Option 3 contexts. Option 4 demonstrations. Question: fan traps occur when there is a one-to-many join to a table fans out into another one-to-many join to another table. Option 1 true. Option 2 false. Question: what are the recommendation ways to solve a fan trap problem? Option 1 avoid fan trap scenario. Option 2 alter the SQL parameters for the universe. Option 3 edit the client list and name. Option 4 use a combination of aliases and contexts. Question: what is the purpose of add functions? Option 1 provides search terms for a query. Option 2 direct communication on the platform. Option 3 allow query mapping for objects. Option 4 provide flexible methods for specifying the query script for an object. Question: running a select statement on a summary table is the fastest method of retrieving aggregated data. Option 1 true. Option 2 false. Question: upon what are aggregates of a normalized database based? Option 1 business objects. Option 2 summary tables. Option 3 query tables. Option 4 event or fact level data. Question: how do you use the add_where function? Option 1 object edit properties dialog box where filed. Option 2 object function tab add_where checkbox. Option 3 object actions tab functions add function button, select add_where from functions list. Option 4 object edit properties dialog box function tab add_where field. Question: the add variable function is used in the where clause to call the value assigned to which variable types? Option 1 business objects system variables. Option 2 location variables. Option 3 report variables. Option 4 language variables. Option 5 operating system variables. Question: under what situation would you use derived tables? Option 1 to create a table that contains a selection of columns from different tables. Option 2 to create a single table that combines two or more tables. Option 3 to create a table that contains no columns and rows. Option 4 to create a table with columns from other tables. Question: identify the advantages of calculated columns from the list. Option 1 refresh tables. Option 2 no derived tables. Option 3 shareability. Option 4 person focus. Question: what do the correction pool mode options refer to? Option 1 how business objects products responds when database resource are not available. Option 2 how long a universe designer or end user using the reporting tools remain connected to the underlying data source. Option 3 how specified values add to JDBC driver properties. Option 4 how specific values add to JDBC driver properties. Option 5 how the middleware driver is selected when creating the connection. Question: index awareness is the ability to take advantages of the indexes on key columns to filter data retrieval. Option 1 true. Option 2 false. Question: as with any project, you must always base your universe design and implementation on what? Option 1 vague notions. Option 2 minimal effort. Option 3 some good ideas. Option 4 best practices. Question: a custom data foundation view is a subset of what data foundation view? Option 1 major. Option 2 minor. Option 3 master. Option 4 motor. Question: which of the following statements about business layer view are correct? Option 1, business layer views can only be used to define security. Option 2, business layer views are used to group objects that share a business relationship. Option 3, business layer views can be used to restrict the number of objects DISP lead in the business layer pane. Option 4, business layer views can be selected in the query pane. Question: what re the two types of security profiles? Option 1, Universe Security Profile. Option 2, Aggregate Security Profile. Option 3, Data Security Profile. Option 4, Business Security Profiles. Question: when a user with an assigned or inherited profile containing a replacement connection runs a query on the universe, the replacement connect is used instead of the connection defined in the universe. Option 1 true. Option 2 false. Question: what profile is described as a group of settings that define security on a published universe using objects in the business layer? Option 1, Business Security Profiles. Option 2, Display Data Profile. Option 3, Folder Display Profile. Option 4, Master View Profile. Question: what do you use to create and edit security profiles, and assign profiles to users and groups? Option 1, Information Editor. Option 2, Security Editor. Option 3, Profile Editor. Option 4, Query Editor. Question: if more than one data security profile for a universe is assigned to or inherited by the same user, the connection defined in the data security profile with the lowest priority is used. Option 1 true. Option 2 false. Question: to retrieve a published universe, you must have a project in the local projects view where the business layer and referenced resources are to be saved. Option 1 true. Option 2 false. Question: which function within the information design tool was intended to allow the universe designer to take advantage of pre-aggregated data that exists within a data structure? Option 1, Execute Data. Option 2, Data Aggregate. Option 3, Execute Aware. Option 4, Aggregate_Aware. Question: the information design tool allows you to create a universe from a number of different data sources. Identify some of those data sources from the list. Option 1, XML metadata files. Option 2, ICE cubes. Option 3, OLAP cubes. Option 4, stores NI files. Question: creating and maintaining a multi-source universe is the same as creating a single source dimensional universe. For a multi-source universe, you simply use more than one connection for UData function. Option 1 true. Option 2 false. Question: federated tables let you define complex relationships between multiple source tables in a simple and graphical manner. Option 1 true. Option 2 false. Question: a .unv universe is a universe published by the information design tool. Option 1 true. Option 2 false. Question: we recommend that Boolean flag objects be available to end users. Option 1 true. Option 2 false. Question: which relationships are possible between a remote connection and a replication job? Option 1 a remote connection can have only one replication job. Option 2 a replication job can have only one remote connection. Option 3 a remote connection can have one or more replication jobs. Option 4 a replication job can have one or more remote connections. Question: which of the following tasks uses the adaptive processing server? Option 1 run a schedule for a web intelligence document. Option 2 view a web intelligence document on demand. Option 3 view a workspace form analysis edition for OLAP. Option 4 view a Crystal Reports object on demand. Question: a user schedules a document. When the schedule time is reached, the central management server assigns the request to a job server. Which task is performed by the job server as the next step in the process flow? Option 1 receive a copy of the document from the input file repository server. Option 2 send a copy of the document to the output file repository server. Option 3 send the instance to the output file repository server. Option 4 retrieve data from the data source. Question: a user views a page in a Crystal report that exists on a cache server. Which server receives the page from the cache server? Option 1 Crystal Reports Processing Server. Option 2 Input File Repository Server. Option 3 Output File Repository Server. Option 4 Web Application Server. Question: which actions does the Server Intelligence Agent, SIA, perform during startup? Option 1 Connect to the auditing data store. Option 2 Request a list of servers to manage. Option 3 Start the web application server. Option 4 Start the server configured to start automatically. Question: a schedule request for a Crystal report is sent to the Central Management Server, CMS. Which task does the CMS perform next? Option 1 Assign the request to a job server. Option 2 Add a record with the schedule information to the system database. Option 3 Request the report from the input file repository server. Option 4 Send the report instance to the output file repository server. Question: from which server does the Crystal Reports cache server request pages? Option 1 Report Application Server. Option 2 Crystal Reports Processing Server. Option 3 Input File Repository Server. Option 4 Adaptive Processing Server. Question: the Web Intelligence Processing Server has finished processing a document. To which server is the document page sent so that it can be viewed? Option 1 Output File Repository Server. Option 2 Adaptive Processing Server. Option 3 Adaptive Job Server. Option 4 Web Application Server. Question: you want to refresh a web intelligence document in a 3-tier mode. Which server is required? Option 1 Adaptive Processing Server. Option 2 Output File Repository Server. Option 3 Connection Server. Option 4 Adaptive Job Server. Question: you want to save report to the Business Intelligence Platform from the Crystal Reports Designer. Which servers must be running? Option 1 Connection Server. Option 2 Input File Report Server, FRS. Option 3 Central Management Server, CMS. Option 4 Crystal Reports Cache Server. Question: which type of event is triggered by an alROD? Option 1 File. Option 2 Event Insight. Option 3 Schedule. Option 4 Crystal Reports Cache Server. Question: which of the following servers could have a passive role? Option 1 Crystal Reports Cache Server. Option 2 Adaptive Job Server. Option 3 Output File Repository Server. Option 4 Central Management Server. Question: how can you scale your business intelligence platform vertically? Option 1 Organize servers in server groups. Option 2 Develop the web application server on its own machine. Option 3 Install a second job server on the same host. Option 4 Add more CPUs to the processing server's machines. Question: which of the following database stores user activities? Option 1 Monitoring. Option 2 Reporting. Option 3 Auditing Data Store. Option 4 Lifecycle Management. Question: what are the benefits of clustering central management servers, CMS and #39s? Option 1 Enhanced security. Option 2 Automatic backup of the system database. Option 3 Fault tolerance. Option 4 Load balancing. Option 5 Improved throughput for report processing. Question: what are the benefits of organizing your existing servers into server groups? Option 1 Increased fault tolerance. Option 2 Ability to control which servers execute processing or scheduling requests. Option 3 Simplified server administration. Option 4 Optimized network traffic. Option 5 Simplified disaster recovery plan. Question: why would you configure a second server intelligence agent, SIA, on the same host? Option 1 To allow servers to be secured separately. Option 2 To allow servers to run under different network accounts. Option 3 To take over the management of the first SIA and #39s server if it fails. Option 4 To increase the processing capability of the host. Question: where do you deploy job servers belonging to the server group to minimize network traffic? Option 1 Near the adaptive processing server. Option 2 Near the data sources. Option 3 Near the central management server. Option 4 Near the web application server. Question: how can you achieve horizontal scaling? Option 1 Increase the database storage capacity for the central management server system database. Option 2 Increase the database storage capacity for the auditing database. Option 3 Install redundant processing servers on additional hosts. Option 4 Install redundant processing servers on the same host. Question: what can you do to increase the capacity for processing on-demand report viewing for Crystal Reports objects? Option 1 Organize existing Crystal Reports servers into a single group. Option 2 Deploy the Crystal Report cache server closer to the reporting data source. Option 3 Deploy the Output File Repository server closer to the reporting data source. Option 4 Increase the number of Crystal Reports processing servers. Question: User A designs a document and exports it to public folder called Sales on the Business Intelligence platform. User B copies the document to a public folder called Marketing. User C schedules the document in the Marketing folder. The administrator deletes User A from the system. At this point, who is the owner of the document in the Marketing folder? Option 1 User C. Option 2 User A. Option 3 Administrator. Option 4 User B. Question: which of the following object types can you use to create an information space in SAP Business Objects Explorer? Option 1. .text. Option 2. .unx. Option 3. .xml. Option 4. .bir. Question: which types of source document use global profile targets? Option 1 Crystal reports. Option 2 Web Intelligence. Option 3 Analytic View. Option 4 Dashboards. Question: which of the following tasks can you perform using the SAP Business Objects Lifecycle Management Console? Option 1 Run and schedule replication jobs on a remote system. Option 2 Promote business intelligence objects from one system to another system in the same version. Option 3 Backup your business intelligence content. Option 4 Migrate business intelligence objects from a previous system version to a new system version. Question: you want to compare the contents of the system database and the contents of the file repository servers. Which tool do you use? Option 1 Repository Diagnostic Tool. Option 2 SAP Business Objects Explorer. Option 3 Information Design Tool. Option 4 SAP Business Objects Dashboards. Question: which of the following tasks can you perform using the Webploy tool? Option 1 Scan and repair inconsistencies between the system database and the file store. Option 2 Separate static content from dynamic content. Option 3 Import users and content from a previous version to the current version. Option 4 Monitor the health of the business intelligence platform deployment. Question: why would you use the monitoring application in the SAP Business Objects Business Intelligence platform? Option 1 to check system response time. Option 2 to determine if more licenses or system resource are required. Option 3 to manage report instances. Option 4 to analyze effective writes. Question: in the monitoring tool, what information does a trending graph provide? Option 1 Real-time information about the use of client tools. Option 2 Current state of the server intelligence agent. Option 3 Historical metric data generated by probes and servers. Option 4 Real-time information about license consumption. Question: what are the benefits of using federation? Option 1 It reduces the number of objects in multiple systems across geographical sites. Option 2 It enables a consistent rights policy across multiple offices for global organizations. Option 3 It provides real-time information on user activities, system KIPs, recent alerts, and watches. Option 4 It obtains information faster by processing reports at remote sites where data resides. Question: what is a dynamic recipient? Option 1 An enterprise recipient to which aliases have been assigned. Option 2 A publication recipient that is listed in an external document. Option 3 A publication recipient that has an alias in the business intelligence platform. Option 4 An enterprise recipient that is assigned to multiple profiles. Question: when viewing a crystal report using the ActiveX viewer, what is the extension of the viewable file? Option 1. .html. Option 2. .rpt. Option 3. .xml. Option 4. .epf. Question: which tool can you use to create a server intelligence agent? Option 1. Central Management Console. Option 2. Central Configuration Manager. Option 3. Lifecycle Management Console. Option 4. Upgrade Management Tool. Question: you have two input file repository servers, FRSs. How do you determine which one is active? Option 1. Use the Audit Data Store report. Option 2. Use the MIRDIX of each FRS in the Central Management Console. Option 3. Use the SAP Business Objects Explorer. Option 4. Use the Repository Diagnostic Tool. Question: which tool can you use to find database type of the auditing data store? Option 1. Upgrade Management Tool. Option 2. Central Configuration Manager. Option 3. Repository Diagnostic Tool. Option 4. Central Management Console. Question: how can you copy the settings from server A to server B? Option 1. Enable the Use Configuration Template property for server A, then enable the Set Configuration Template property on server B. Option 2. Enable the Set Configuration Template property for server A, then enable the Use Configuration Template property on server B. Option 3. Clone server B, then enable the User Configuration Template property on server A. Option 4. Clone server A and name it server B. Question: which of the following tasks are performed by the Central Management Server? Option 1. Restart servers that have stopped unexpectedly. Option 2. Manage suiting. Option 3. Retrieve documents from the input file repository server. Option 4. Maintain a list of servers and IP addresses. Question: how do you track the performance of business intelligence platform services in real time? Option 1. Schedule probes to run at specified intervals. Option 2. Include servers in your replication lists. Option 3. Set up profiles in the monitoring tool. Option 4. Query the auditing data store for metrics. Question: what metrics are measured as default probes in the monitoring application? Option 1. Application metrics that monitor indicators such as the number of user connections. Option 2. System metrics that indicate the success of a certain task, for example, CMS ping. Option 3. Topology metrics that indicate the health of a certain category of servers, for example, core services. Option 4. System metrics that are indicators of the performance of the operating system, for example, free memory. Question: what can you include when you install the SAP Business Objects Business Intelligence Platform? Option 1. SAP Enterprise Resource Planning. Option 2. Web Application Server. Option 3. SAP Business Warehouse. Option 4. Lifecycle Manager. Question: you want to promote the system database from the development environment to the test environment. Which option do you select in the Central Configuration Manager? Option 1. Recreate the current data source. Option 2. Copy data from another data source. Option 3. Change CMS cluster key configuration. Option 4. Update data source settings. Question: what can you use to update data source settings on the system database? Option 1 Lifecycle Management Console. Option 2 Central Configuration Manager. Option 3 Web Application Container Service. Option 4 Central Management Console. Question: when performing a silent installation, which command line switch do you use to read the installation options from the response life? Option 1, L. Option 2, Q. Option 3, R. Option 4, W. Question: what can you do using the Upgrade Management tool? Option 1 Convert desktop intelligence documents to web intelligence documents. Option 2 Import users from Business Objects Enterprise. Option 3 Update a crystal report from a previous version to the current version. Option 4 Change the system database to a different type. Question: what should you include in a disaster recovery plan for the business intelligence platform? Option 1 Customized code on the WB application server. Option 2 Registry settings of the central management server. Option 3 .pid files for processing servers. Option 4 Contents of file repository servers. Option 5 Backup of the system database. Question: why would you choose the web tier installation type when installing the business intelligence platform? Option 1 to add the web service query application to client workstations. Option 2 to add web intelligence processing servers to an existing cluster. Option 3 to install and configure a new web application server. Option 4 install required browser plugins on client workstations. Option 5 to add web applications to a supported Java server. Question: which of the following applications can you install using the SAP Business Objects Client Tools installation program? Option 1 Translation Management Tool. Option 2 Dashboards. Option 3 Crystal Reports. Option 4 Business View Manager. Question: there is a top-level folder called Sales. This folder has two subfolders, Asia and Europe. You move a document from the Asia folder to the Europe folder. What happens to the rights for this document by default? Option 1 Rights from the Europe folder are applied to the document rights. Option 2 Rights specified on the document are inherited from the Sales folder. Option 3 Rights specified on the document are unchanged. Option 4 Rights inherited from the Asia folder are retained for the document. Question: what belongs in a content management plan? Option 1 Servers. Option 2 Categories. Option 3 Folders. Option 4 Nodes. Option 5 Users and Groups. Question: what do you have to consider when defining an instance management plan? Option 1 The duration period for retaining instances. Option 2 The maximum number of retained instances. Option 3 The available storage space on the input file repository server. Option 4 The number of job servers generating instances. Question: on a business intelligence platform, the following values can be assigned to rights. G for granted. NS for not specified. D for denied. Which of the following calculations of effective rights is correct? Option 1 G plus D plus NS equals D. Option 2 G plus NS equals NS. Option 3 G plus D plus G equals G. Option 4 D plus NS plus G equals NS. Question: 3 user groups have one custom access level defined for a specific folder. The security requirements have been changed. Now, each of these 3 groups requires different rights to access the folder. How can you achieve this? Option 1 Use different predefined access levels for each group and apply them to the folder. Option 2 Use a predefined access level for each group and apply it to the folder. Option 3 Make 2 copies of the existing access level, modify them, and apply them to the folder. Option 4 Modify the access level to allow each group to access the folder. Question: what is the difference between the predefined access levels view and view on demand? Option 1 View on demand includes refresh report and #39s data, view does not. Option 2 View includes export report and #39s data, view on demand does not. Option 3 View on demand includes send to email destination, view does not. Option 4 View includes view document instances, view on demand does not. Question: which of the following rights are granted on the predefined access level schedule? Option 1 Delete instances that the user owns. Option 2 View document instances. Option 3 Refresh the report and #39s data. Option 4 Modify the rights users have to objects. Option 5 Copy objects to another folder. Question: what should you consider when creating a content plan? Option 1 The specific rights for folders and objects. Option 2 The server groups required. Option 3 The profiles needed for report distribution. Option 4 The organization of users into groups. Question: User A designs a document and exports it to a public folder on the business intelligence platform. User B moves the document to a different folder. User C schedules the document. User D opens the latest instance of the document. At this point, who is the owner of the instance? Option 1 User D. Option 2 User A. Option 3 User C. Option 4 User B. Question: which of the following steps will help you test whether the installation of the SAP Business Objects Business Intelligence Platform was successful? Option 1 Create a project in the Information Design tool. Option 2 Schedule and view a report. Option 3 Launch the dashboard design application. Option 4 Log on to the Central Management Console. Question: users are not able to launch the monitoring application on the SAP Business Objects Business Intelligence Platform. What should you check to troubleshoot this? Option 1 Whether the Java application server has run out of memory. Option 2 Whether the users are added to the content publisher groups. Option 3 Whether the entered license keys are valid for the monitoring application. Option 4 Whether the appropriate version of Adobe Flash Player is installed. Question: User 1 scheduled, ran, and viewed the first page of an instance of a Crystal report. User 2 can view the first page of the report as well. However, when User 2 tries to view the second page of the report, an error message is displayed. Which server could be the cause? Option 1 Input File Repository Server. Option 2 Crystal Reports Processing Server. Option 3 Crystal Reports Job Server. Option 4 Crystal Reports Cache Server. Question: A scheduled web intelligence document failed. Which of the following servers could be the cause of this problem? Option 1 Web Application Server. Option 2 Adaptive Processing Server. Option 3 Adaptive Job Server. Option 4 Web Intelligence Processing Server. Option 5 Output File Repository Server. Question: A user wants to create web intelligence documents. However, the necessary option is not available on the BI Launchpad. What could be the reason? Option 1 The user does not have rights to use the universe connection. Option 2 The object level security in the universe is not set to the appropriate level. Option 3 The user does not have rights to use the universe. Option 4 The user does not have rights to use the web intelligence application. Question: You want to grant a group of users the right to create, save, modify, and refresh web intelligence documents. You assign view-on-demand access to the universes. For which additional object types must you set permissions? Option 1 Application. Option 2 Category. Option 3 Event. Option 4 Connection. Option 5 Folder. Question: You can view a Crystal report and refresh it when viewing it on the BI Launchpad. However, this report fails when the system runs a schedule request. What could be the reason? Option 1 The database connection in the report does not match the one on the adaptive job server. Option 2 The database client software is not installed on the Crystal reports processing server. Option 3 The database client software is not installed on the report application server. Option 4 The database connection in the report does not match the one on the Crystal reports processing server. Question: Which object is retrieved from the input file repository server when you refresh a web intelligence document? Option 1 Hyperlink. Option 2 Universe. Option 3 Business View. Option 4 Publication. Question: Which server is used to view and modify Crystal reports with the SAP Crystal Reports server embedded? Software Development Kit, SDK. Option 1 Crystal Reports 2013 Processing Server. Option 2 Crystal Reports Processing Server. Option 3 Crystal Reports 2013 Report Application Server. Option 4 Crystal Reports Cache Server. Question: When you configure the BI platform to use enterprise authentication, where are the credentials stored? Response: Option 1 LDAP directory. Option 2 File Repository Servers. Option 3 SAP Solution Manager. Option 4 Central Management Server Database. Question: Which of the following are functions of BI Platform 4.2? Option 1 Dashboards and Applications. Option 2 Master Data Management. Option 3 Reporting. Option 4 Extract, Transform, and Load. Option 5 Agile Visualization. Question: Monitored BI platform deployment traces are written to log files with which file extension? Please choose the correct answer. Option 1. .config. Option 2. .zip. Option 3. .ini. Option 4. .glf. Question: a user views a page in a Crystal report that exists on a cache server. Which server receives the page? From the cache server? Option 1. Crystal Reports Processing Server. Option 2. Input File Repository Server. Option 3. Output File Repository Server. Option 4. Web Application Server. Question: which of the following components are used to authenticate a user logging into the BI Launchpad? Option 1. Server Intelligence Agent. Option 2. Web Application Server. Option 3. Central Management Server. Option 4. Auditing Data Store. Question: what tool do you use to apply a predefined deployment template to your system? Option 1. Version Management. Option 2. Central Configuration Manager. Option 3. System Configuration Wizard. Option 4. BI and #39, S Administrators and #39, Cockpit. Question: which of the following tasks can you perform in the Central Management Console to manage servers? Option 1. Change the Central Management Server repository. Option 2. Display server metrics, such as system RAM and disk space allocation. Option 3. Stop and start server nodes and specific servers. Option 4. Create new servers or clone existing servers for vertical scalability. Option 5. Create a new server intelligence agent for horizontal scalability. Question: what are the advantages of scaling a BI platform both vertically and horizontally? Option 1. Decreases I/O bottlenecks. Option 2. Increases schedule reporting capacity. Option 3. Increases overall system capacity. Option 4. Adds failover and load balancing. Option 5. Increases Java heap memory utilization. Question: which servers are used when you view an analysis object? Option 1. Input File Repository Server. Option 2. Adaptive Job Server. Option 3. Adaptive Processing Server. Option 4. Report Application Server. Question: which of the following functions can you perform using the Promotion Management tool? Option 1. Move, import, and convert content from previous versions to BI 4.2. Option 2. Manage the life cycle of BI content. Option 3. Promote security rights. Option 4. Define the backup strategy. Question: you change the title of a Crystal Reports object using the Central Management Console. Where is this change reflected? Option 1. In the report file stored on the Input File Repository Server. Option 2. In the log file of the Crystal Reports Processing Server. Option 3. On the Central Management Server System Database. Option 4. In the report file stored in the Business Intelligence Archive resource file. Question: where is the configuration information for processing servers stored? Option 1. Input File Repository Server. Option 2. System Database. Option 3. Bootstrap File. Option 4. Win32_x86 Directory. Question: how does the system behave if you have an idle connection timeout setting on the Crystal Reports? Cache server that differs from the setting on the Crystal Reports processing server? Option 1. If the setting on the cache server is higher than on the processing server, this will cause excessive consumption of disk space. Option 2. If the setting on the cache server is lower than on the processing server, a user request could be closed prematurely. Option 3. If the setting on the cache server is higher than on the processing server, this could cause a memory overflow error. Option 4. If the setting on the cache server is lower than on the processing server, the data source connection could be closed prematurely. Question: your report has more records than the value set for database records read when previewing or refreshing on the Crystal Reports processing server. What happens when you refresh the report from the BI Launchpad? Option 1. The report returns partial results without a warning message. Option 2. A user is prompted to edit the report. Option 3. The report returns partial results with a warning message. Option 4. An error message is displayed. Question: on a production system landscape, you need to perform maintenance on a host that is currently running. Schedule jobs. What action should you perform on the adaptive job server before shutting down the host? Option 1. Disable. Option 2. Force termination. Option 3. Restart. Option 4. Enable. Question: which tool do you use to configure the audit data store? Option 1. Repository diagnostic tool. Option 2. A deploy. Option 3. Upgrade management tool. Option 4. Central management console. Question: in the BI Launchpad, several viewing formats are available for web intelligence preferences. Which format avoids the need for any additional software on client machines? Option 1. PDF. Option 2. Rich Internet application. Option 3. Web. Option 4. Desktop. Question: you want users belonging to a group called Sales to view report instances in a folder called Asia. Where do you grant these rights? Option 1. User security for the Asia folder. Option 2. Application security for the Central Management Console. Option 3. User security for the Sales group. Option 4. Application security for Crystal Reports. Question: what does auditing allow you to do? Option 1. Determine the current status of the servers. Option 2. Identify unused reports. Option 3. Determine user activity. Option 4. Delegate administration to remote systems. Option 5. Enhance security of the system database. Question: which server manages authentication? Option 1. Event server. Option 2. Explorer master server. Option 3. Central management server. Option 4. Input file repository server. Question: which tasks does the Crystal Reports cache server perform? Option 1. Store.epf files. Option 2. Store.etf files. Option 3. Generate.etf files. Option 4. Generate.epf files. Question: which server is required to run replication jobs? Option 1. Adaptive job server. Option 2. Adaptive processing server. Option 3. Connection server. Option 4. Event server. Question: Which servers are used to process schedule requests for web intelligence documents? Option 1 Crystal Reports Processing Server. Option 2 Web Intelligence Processing Server. Option 3 Adaptive Job Server. Option 4 Adaptive Processing Server. Question: which server can you use for searching on data, filtering, and aggregation? Option 1 Explorer Search Server. Option 2 Explorer Indexing Server. Option 3 Explorer Master Server. Option 4 Explorer Exploration Server. Question: which server processes dynamic recipient lists for publications? Option 1 Crystal Reports Processing Server. Option 2 Report Application Server. Option 3 Output File Repository Server. Option 4 Adaptive Processing Server. Question: which server processes platform search service requests? Option 1 Adaptive Processing Server. Option 2 Event Server. Option 3 Explorer Indexing Server. Option 4 Explorer Master Server. Question: which server processes visual difference? Option 1 Central Management Server. Option 2 Dashboard Server. Option 3 Web Application Server. Option 4 Adaptive Job Server. Question: which service synchronizes updates to third-party security plugins? Option 1 Authentication Update Scheduling Service. Option 2 Lifecycle Management Scheduling Service. Option 3 Platform Search Scheduling Service. Option 4 Security Query Scheduling Service. Question: which server can access the reporting data sources directly? Option 1 Crystal Reports Cache Server. Option 2 Input File Repository Server. Option 3 Web Application Server. Option 4 Adaptive Job Server. Question: on how many hosts can a server intelligence agent control services? Option 1 as many as the number of central management servers. Option 2 as many as the number of file repository servers. Option 3 as many as the number of processing servers. Option 4 1. Question: which of the following services are assigned to an adaptive job server? Option 1 Web Intelligence Scheduling Service. Option 2 Replication Service. Option 3 Client Auditing Proxy Service. Option 4 Document Recovery Service. Option 5 Publication Scheduling Service. Question: which web intelligence viewing preference allows you to work with web intelligence documents even if you are not able to connect to the central management server? Option 1 Web. Option 2 Desktop. Option 3 PDF. Option 4 Rich Internet Application.
Thank you for attending the session. I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Also feel free to ask your questions in the comment section below, and we will reply to them at the earliest.